you got here. We're getting into the next map. We're getting the next set of picks. We have a Kronwagen and a Batchat coming out from Team Flare right off the bat. We'll just see. The teams have about, if I remember right, it's 90 seconds total. Think of it like a stop clock, guys, so they can be talking about what tanks they want to ready up. Then they ready up, and you can see here Batchat, VZ, Super Kronwagen, and then immediately Flare counters with 2 VZs and a Batchat. Definitely pre-thought, and there's IS-7 Kron at the end. Okay. What is Flare going to do for their final pick? Also, it appears that our drops have been fixed. Ooh, at T100. It appears that our drops have been fixed. Sorry about that on Monday. We just had a technical issue.
We did.
So all of you guys that didn't get your drops on Monday, sorry, but they're fixed now.
Not only are they fixed now, but for this week only, you will be able to earn them faster. It'll be 1 hour for the first one, 2 hours for the second one, 3 hours for the third one, where normally... for example, the second week going into this, it'll be 1 hour, 3 hours, and 5 hours. Okay?
Yeah.
So make sure to catch those games next week because it will be harder to earn the rewards. But as like we said, the first day we did not have that up. So obviously we got to help the boys out. We got to help the boys get the drops. Or the girls, if because I actually do. There are women that play this game. I actually approached a couple. You know what I mean?
I know some of them.
Yeah, me too. But anyways, going into this match, we on Sand River.
Sandies.
Yeah, the Sandies.
Sand River.
And obviously, the defensive team picked a Kron. And we know where he's gonna. We know where he's gonna go. They actually have 2, which is really interesting. This is a really strong lineup. I feel like. Ooh, we're gonna see somebody going south for the first time on defense.
And Dark Ninja bringing the T100 on attack. Kind of a thing where, like, if you want to eventually put on cap pressure, you pretty much have to have a light tank. I mean, yes, a Batchat can do it, but you have to clear out everything in order to be able to even threaten it. So if you don't have a light tank,
this is interesting. December, so Muscles is pushing December. December is going to go into that corner. He is planning to go K0, that hold down. And that's
commonly used in Clan Wars and other tournaments, and it's incredibly powerful. The only weakness
but because he got lit,
it takes him a while to get back.
Yeah, he got lit, so they are looking to... Nexus is not playing around. He is probably going to get really aggressive here, but that's probably why they picked 2 Krons. They did this because they knew that maybe the IS-7 getting lit was like a purpose, and so they picked 2 Krons because that clip power is a lot. Plus, with having that Super Conqueror hidden at A0, it looks like they're going to put 2 on cap. We've seen this before on day 1, where people have actually put 2 VZs on cap just to get the cap pressure going, and it looks like the offside IS-7 is moving down the K line, probably looking to get shots on Dark Ninja if he gets lit.
And it looks like he does. A lot of damage from that because he took a shot at the Kron.
Oh, the Kron! Oh my gosh, Dark.
So he got lit by the IS-7 just as you pointed out, right as he was moving out. That's when he fired, and
he got hit by the IS-7. The IS-7 went to looking for shots, and he got him. And then now, which is really weird, they know the IS-7 is in that corner, and Bloop is playing J-Line. And they're on cap. You know what I'm saying? And
it's all in cap at this point. They're down a gun, and they have a Batchat in the south. They do know that there were at least
OP is still playing really passive,
too. They just have to go for it.
He's not even...
Go for it, force the enemy in, and they have to get a counter pick now. Or the enemy has to just kind of die doing it. They're waiting for Kenway to push up. They're going to then push off the cap, go for
They're going to push off the cap, and they're probably going to dump... They're probably going to dump Kenway. Kenway's going to die here. Yeah. And then most likely they're going to try to pick... They're not picking a target. They're all missing October because he's hold down right there. And Banjo coming over, taking a lot of damage from Major Pain. I think he clipped him out. A clean clip is what, because HP wise is what it looks like. Bloop holding off basically half of the team. He could kill Muscles. He looks like he's going for him. While Nexus and the other boys are getting really aggressive, as it looks like OP got lit there. So they're all pushing forward because they know that they're like, oh, the Super Conqueror's out of the fight. So a lot of out of the fight from both sides of teams here. Well, actually, no. I would say that Team Flare actually is been a lot more consolidated, and it looks like Muscles actually won that, which is really interesting.
Muscles did win it with the help of the IS-7, but
correct.
Wasn't able to get the kill shot, and it's pretty much done.
Banjo.
Now. They kind of hesitated on the second push there, but they had 2 VZs and a Kron clipping, so they couldn't really go kill
the
other Kronwagen. So I understand, and To be honest, after that pick on the T100, they did do a good job of trying to, as quickly as possible, set the battle up on their terms. They needed to get another pick. They needed to do whatever it took. And look at OP Snacker or Hacker. Yep. Guess he's just wants snacks now. Doing a little cheeky boost and a little. He
wants his fame points. His fantasy points.
He wants his fantasy points.
Oh, missing external here.
I don't call that a Goomba. I call that just a light sitting.
Yeah. Well, he was just testing.
He was gentle about it.
He was a gentleman about it, right? He was like, you were a VZ, you're check. I got to be nice. Land on you a little light touch. Of a close to 60-ton tank. I think it's a Super Conqueror.
Looking at the post-game stats, look at that spread on Burbology. Major Pain 2800, Muscles 2600, December 2200, correct. OP Snacker 2K, October basically 2K. Yeah, Kenway was the one that got picked in that counter push there, but he still got out 2 shots of damage.
Here's the thing. What I've noticed is he's not getting a lot of damage, but he is playing really hard roles. He's always playing in the front. On both all 3 matches we've seen so far, right? He's like in the front. He's the one pushing first. So I don't know if they're doing that just to break him in, because what a lot of people don't realize is competitive is a different play style, a lot different play style. And a lot of times when newer players to this format come into it, you kind of have to break their weaknesses as fast as possible. Maybe Kenway's weakness is like kind of getting into the fight in time. Maybe he has a hard time, because pub stars do have that tendency where they might sit back a little bit too long, and as a result, their team gets picked. Now, one thing I want to point out here is that Team Flare, when you bring a light tank, the goal for a light tank is to, especially in such a small format, is to get that info as fast as possible and make decisions based off of that info. Now, what info did they get in the beginning of the game? They saw an IS-7 cross into a corner, right? And they even got a shot onto him, and they saw him crossing into a corner. That basically means that, okay, we can't play the one cap anymore. And so now what's really interesting, and we've seen it in other matches, where people will see, well, actually, this might be the first match for League. I might be thinking of other matches, but basically, you have to take advantage of that. Now, I know IS-7s are fast. They're a lot faster than they used to be, but if you time it right, what did they have on the offside? They had a Bat Chat and a T100. Those are way faster tanks than IS-7. So I really feel like they should have, because if you think about it, if they would have grouped up both of their Bat Chats. Yeah.
Dark Ninja got greedy. He got greedy. He thought he could get the shots on the Kron before the IS-7 and the other tanks in the south had moved out. But he just had timed it just right. Like, if he had gotten that shot off, say, 5 seconds earlier, he probably wouldn't have been lit. But it was just at that time. And then the way he reacted, he kind of bumped into the rock. He reacted with the sense of, oh, crap, I got lit. I didn't expect to get lit. Is how I kind of read it. And he just... it's a mistake. It's 100% a mistake. And you bring up, the T100 went there specifically in order to see if a tank like an IS-7 wins out. And they got that information. They got that information.
And he still went too. You know what I mean? But he can't stop. You can't stop because it's in the open. He can't just like turn around and be like, oh, well, I got to go back because they lit me. Like, he can't stop. So he's going to have to wrap. An IS-7 wrapping, you take the 2 Bat Chats on the T100, you clear north, and you win the game. You put 3 on cap, and you have 3 to clear north, and then they can wrap around north, and they surround the heavies trying to guard the 2 cap. Those 2 Krons and the VZ, dead. Game 1. And so it's kind of one of those things where, hopefully teams start getting the timing. It's just a timing thing. And, they need to take advantage of that. If you're bringing a light tank in this small format, in my opinion, you have to take advantage of the one thing it has: early lights, early vision, early info. The caller,
and as the meta gets developed, it's hard to bring in. I always erred on. I liked generally playing light when I used to play in 7v7, but it's harder in the beginning of a meta to be set up light. I would rather set up heavier than set up lighter. Like not necessarily like heavy, like super heavy, but just I was like, until I know how everything fits together, you bring a disadvantage when it comes to a fight.
And speaking of light lineup,
100, you have to really make sure it works. Yeah.
Team Flare, really light for defense. Two bats and CS.
One CS, one VZ, one IS7, one Crown. You're right, on defense. And if there's a side to go lighter on this map, it's defense, to be honest. As weird as this sounds. And you're going to at least be able to pick counter pick as opposed to just kind of having a blind strat and not knowing what your enemy's bringing. But a heavy defense has advantages, but the lighter defense can flex and adjust based on what type of attacking lineup is brought. If it's a heavy attack and you're playing light, you can take the south. You can flex around. If you're bringing a heavy defense, you leave yourself open to being attacked by a heavy attack. And that can be, a kind of leveler. It can work out, especially on Sand River when, like, say, IS-7s and VZs just kind of charge across for the number 2 cap and you're in all heavies. It's like, yeah, but you don't really get much early punish on them.
Yeah. And it's going to be a little slow start here. We have the Banjo on the offside in his CS, while Team Burbology is going straight down mid. They're probably looking for a 1 cap here with the 2 IS-7s probably going to pressure it. The back chat, I think that might be Muscles shooting at Banjo but missing 2 shots, or it might be Dark Ninja. I can't remember which one was on the offside or not.
We focused on it being lighter, but it's about even. And even the HP is only 400
different.
And 20 HP difference. So, and I mean, yeah, some of it's the module loadout.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like, it was like a 2,000 difference when Burbology was on defense.
Yeah, and it's Sand River's still an awkward map, and the meta is definitely not defined, and it's definitely a defensive meta until teams figure out how to kind of crack this nut. And we haven't seen the exact same defense. Flare did a very similar defense yesterday, but a little bit heavier. I believe. It looks like they still have the Cron with the Binox.
I feel like Sand River is a 1-1 map. Dude. If out of all these maps, it's really up there. It's not like Murrow where like
and this is Team Flare's pick.
Yeah, it is.
So maybe they felt like they just needed to get a 1-1 and they'll 1-1 on Cliff.
It's really interesting. Team Flare here. How they're playing, because they had the VZ go like A4. I guess they were maybe looking for if they were doing like a late north push or something, and now he's flexing back. They only have 1 on cap, and I think they can
those
only
Binox though from PM and actually getting the side turret shot. I believe that was Kenway.
Yeah, it was Kenway.
With the Binox, if he was set up properly, there's only like a couple of tiny spots on that cap that the Batchat should have been able to get on without being detected. But he looked like he was blinding between 2 spots. There's 2 spots. There's one that's on the kind of 8 line where that IS-7 is sitting on the cap.
Right.
The kind of towards the 7 line, the western half. And then there's the spot where the Batchat is using the trees.
December.
Yep,
so
the IS-7 is putting the additional pressure.
It looks like Nexus is going to have to go for resets. He's going to get shot by Major Pain here. Or, it is a bounce.
It's a very good attack right now. They've got
There's a really good attack.
Seconds.
They literally, the Batchat's going to have to YOLO this. Oh, they get off, yeah.
How much punishment will they take for this? It looks like only
It looks like Kenway got 1 shot, 2 shots. The bat in the back is getting a clip off. That's why he had that angle. Because it's at a higher elevation, so it has shots into middle.
And he got a track shot in there, too, which was really, really good shooting. And actually, very good play by Dark Ninja to know to
Kenway's looking for pick. Kenway's looking to pick him. Kenway is looking to pick him, and I think he will. He gets him. Oh, wow. That was their play. Burbology
rinse, repeat. Get back on the cap. Make them do it again. They now need another answer.
Burbology
up a lot of HP.
I would call this a meticulous strat. Very meticulous, because that was so clean. That was actually really cool to see. That was so clean. It's really cool when the strat pans out, and an attack. It looks like Burbology is going to make the Sand River attack.
Can we again?
Maybe not a 1-1. Sand River map, not a 1-1. They're like, no, it's going to be a 2-0 in our favor. Actually, looks like December taking a lot of punishment here, though. Not too much, but a good amount.
They got the resets on December, but they haven't actually hit the Batchat yet.
Correct.
So the HP, and still a little bit more damage going
down.
They're
going to have to,
down to a 2-shot.
Burbology basically they would have to really, really throw. because Major Pain can just keep Nexus down, and they're gonna have to throw away maybe another bat chat to get the resets.
10 seconds and 3.5 minutes on the clock. They got plenty of time, and there's the set of resets right there.
There's the resets. Yep.
Or they got off.
Did they just get off?
They got off. I think Muscles just got off. I think they were afraid Nexus was going to do something, and look at that. That's because now Major Pain is going to make his play. He's going to move up, and they may just reset and get back on the cap again.
And I think one of the
you can't get the lights from here.
Yeah, I think was it Banjo? Banjo's up there at B0 in his CS, getting a shot into Major. Yeah. And so now Major's taking a really aggressive position because now Nexus can't even get up. Kenway crossing over. This is the last play right here. They're playing to win now. They're not playing the games. They're like, Kenway, go to the middle and kill everybody. You know?
Yep, he's going to be able to get shots on Nexus depending on how the houses situation is over there. He can. I mean, this is I don't know if I would. Yeah, okay, good. I wouldn't do that.
It's okay.
That is a way
too pro. You have to remember he's playing on 240 ping, so he pressed S a long time ago. It just didn't show up.
But he goes down to a
my god, HP, he lost so much HP. Yeah, October probably going to win this because nobody can help him except for Banjo. He just needs to make his 2 shots count. Ooh, Kenway. Was it Kenway that actually hit that? No, October.
I don't know if he got it.
It was a fire. It was a fire.
It was a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a fire.
Banjo taking almost 1,000 damage back there. And it looks like Major Pain actually finally was like, hey, I'm going to kill this guy. And then OP moving up. Bloop looking to pick Major Kenway, and he does. Now only has 1 shot left to hit OP. And he goes for a nice track shot, but I think it was no damage track shot. Oh!
Yeah, and he's going to just try to drive into the cap. It looks like they do get off, but it's really just cleanup time.
It's cleanup time now.
And you know what? Kenway may have just learned a little bit of lesson. You mentioned that he's newer to the competitive format. That Dune, when you do that pressure up, it can feel a lot safer than it actually is. And one thing that External did is he did punish it. Now, Team Player was down quite a bit at that point for it to actually be consequential, but it can be a lesson to learn because he kind of maybe realized, because that's a position that isn't really used in pub battles at all.
I think, to be honest with you, they've been really good. They were really good on timing with the beginning of this matchup. I think that they intended to have October closer, and actually, basically, I think October was supposed to light External before Kenway got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he was supposed to light that bad chat, because if you look, October was going straight for that position, right? While Kenway was going towards the middle. So what I think happened is they probably wanted Kenway to stay on the low ground of the dune, and then once October was close enough, then come up. But I might be wrong. Maybe they thought it would be a lot safer. But I mean,
4K OP snacker. I'm starting to kick myself for not picking OP. I was considering it, but then I was like, well,
he's not calling. He is not calling.
Now you're saying he's not calling. And I
don't think he is. He might be.
You told me that beforehand.
I don't know.
So I was just thinking callers are just generally a bad idea unless you are a caller like me and you put yourself on the cap or the guy to get the resets because you want a pad. But other than that, you know, Kenway, though, more than 3K. October, 3K.
No, I think you're right, actually. I think he is calling.
Oh, then he's just doing it all. He's doing really well today, and they're up 3-1, and that was Sand River. They 2-0'd. We both said 1-1. To
be honest with you, I mean, even like Nova is kind of like that, right? Nova's a pick, even though he's a caller.
True.
So, but like I said, Burbology doing what they came to do, which is win. And I think it might be.
We have Steps is the tiebreaker.
It's Proc next.
It's Proc next, and then it Steps if it goes to a tiebreaker.